Hi guys, Rose here on behalf of Evil Geniuses, once again interviewing your favorite players. Right here next to me, I have Mad Cat slash Western Wolves, very own Ryan Hart, and I want to thank him again for taking the time to interview. And I just wanted to start off with your preparation for EVO. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
in the UK,
Yes.
there's no road to EVO, unlike the US. So, what kind of tournaments have you been attending and going to prepare for EVO?
Well, one thing that I did is I set up a league with all the best players in the UK, in London, and that way, we were able to meet up uh, as regularly as possible to have a big league where we would train up together and all play long sets to get ready for serious matches for things like EVO. It's also something that I was doing just for the local, network of players as well. But another thing is we have a weekly event called Winner Stays On, and that's run by a guy called Logan Summer, and he does that weekly for us, and that also really helps us to train up because we get to practice in a tournament that has a best of three ruling so it's that serious environment where it's double elimination stuff, exactly the same system as here. And that has really helped us in training for EVO. We didn't do that specifically because we always have winner stays on, but leading up to EVO, that's really been a big part of our training.
Do you feel like you have any advantage? Because over here in the U.S., a lot of people like to believe that international players have an up one on us. Do you feel that's true? Do you feel like you have any kind of advantage, and if so, what kind?
In AE, I don't think so. I think the game's been out long enough now that everyone knows all the tricks, and I mean, with their own characters at least. Training mode is accessible to anyone, so I don't think that I have an advantage, so to speak. I think people who live in more built-up communities, like if you live in Japan, where they have game centers and really, really good online connection, then you could have an advantage if you played online a lot, or if you went to arcades, because you're getting really high-level play, and you're getting it regular as well. You're getting fed that regular. Whereas in other places, in the UK, for example, we have a good community, but we don't have that many really high-level players, so it's quite hard to level up to that EVO level where you need to come and compete at this, on the main stage and stuff. So yeah, I think we have good communities, in Europe, in the UK, in France, in Sweden, in Belgium. They do have good communities, but they're always quite small. And so I wouldn't say we have an advantage. Being an international player doesn't give me an advantage at all.
Well, you mentioned something about high-level U.S. players. Is there anybody in particular that you would consider maybe a threat to you winning EVO?
I didn't actually mention high-level US players, but I just mean high-level players in general because EVO is something that invites players from all over the world. So I've got a lot of respect for the top US players and the top Chinese and and the Japanese and the Koreans. Everyone comes together, and that's what makes this event so great. Yeah, I mean, who do I think are the best US players? I think Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz, Wolf Crone. Dominion, of course. I mean, there's a good number of players out there who are really, really strong. Those come to mind, at the moment. But I know there are more. And yeah, it's just, and then obviously the Japanese players. Whoever comes from Japan is always a high-level player and always a threat. The three Chinese guys who come, Dako, Xiaohai, and Human Bomb, and then the Koreans, Laugh, Punko, and Infiltration. So there is a rising of different countries coming together, and then the Taiwanese as well. So yeah, no, it's great. It's great. It's really, really is good.
Knowing the mix of all the players here, do you feel like the variety helps you learn to adapt a little bit more in the style of you play?
Helping. Well, yeah, yes, I would definitely say that playing various players from different areas helps me to understand how to play against different styles because I've noticed that each country has their own style of Street Fighter. Every country has their own Street Fighter. A lot of it is based on their culture as well. A lot of the habits and traits that people have in their game are from their background, are from their culture in their country, and this is really interesting. So it's really nice when you come out to these events because you get to see these mixed together, and it always makes for interesting tournaments.
Do you have a favorite? I don't know how to say this. You said every country has a different style. Do you have a favorite kind of style? Or favorite country?
Favorite style? Well, I mean, every game is different again. So not only does every country have its own style, but depending on the game, that style differs. So yeah, I quite like aggression in gameplay. I like rushdown style. Obviously, the defense is very important as well. But if you're attacking, if you're being aggressive and rushing someone down, you need to have quicker reactions to react to how they're trying to defend, to counter that, to keep their defense open. So I really like you know, when people play aggressively in a successful way. Not if you're just like meaninglessly rushing down for the sake of it, or you know, you're not actually putting much thought into it. But when it's well carried out, it looks really, really impressive.
Do you have any final predictions for EVO?
Well, I would like my teammate Western Wolves Infiltration to take this one because he's gone all the way to top 8. Unfortunately, I lost 2 matches before top 8, so I came like 17th, but that's still okay since I lost my very first match in loser bracket and carried the whole tournament played the whole tournament in loser bracket. So I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, I really want Western Wolves to bring this one home, so I'm rooting for Infiltration all the way. And yeah, that's why I want to see that. I want to see Infiltration win this.
And did you have any final shout outs before I let you go?
I'd like to give a big shout out to Western Wolves. If it wasn't for those guys, none of us would be here. And obviously Team Mad Cats as well, because if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't be here. They were amazing guys. I love them all. And yeah, this has been me, Ryan Hart.
Thank you so much for taking your time for interviewing, and thank you for watching.